Zach, we'll just start with the atmosphere tonight. I think it was 69-81 attendance. What'd you think of the crowd? What'd you think of playing in a setting like this tonight?
I mean, they were going crazy. I think they made a difference in the game for sure. It was awesome to see. It was awesome to be a part of. I think they were a big help, and I hope to see even more tomorrow, and even louder people tomorrow too.
I'm sure the first couple innings were a little frustrating, leaving runners on third, but after that third inning where they kind of opened the door for y'all, what'd you think of the offensive performance and some of the big hits that y'all got?
I think we were able to slow the game down a little bit, to get into an environment like this. I think we got our feet wet a little bit in the first three, and then once the offense settled in, we were just rolling. It was nice to see the offense step up. Ty did his thing, and I think once we got to clicking, it was the train started rolling for sure.
Dustin, you're up.
Zach, we've seen a lot of your home run trots. I gotta think this is like the fastest one you might have had this season. You were kind of flying around there. Take us through that at bat. What'd you get there? I think it was a 2-strike pitch, and did you know it off the bat? And what kind of moment was that for you in this sort of environment?
Yeah, I mean, I was in an 0-2 count. I got a fastball, and I was just able to put a good swing on it. And I was just pretty pumped up to have that happen. And then our offense just started really rolling right then, and it was a cool moment for me. I was just happy that I could contribute to the team, especially with striking out in the first inning, with runners on first and third, no outs. Just to be able to kind of bounce back and help the team out right there was a big thing for me.
Obviously, the scoreboard says that you guys have handled everything well, but what do you think, kind of in the clubhouse and the dugout and everything, about handling these emotions in this environment? It seems like you guys are just kind of back to doing your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're just doing a good job of maintaining our focus, coming into the game with a level head and not doing too much. And I think it's paying off, and just can hope that we can continue to do it.
Cedric, go ahead.
Hey, Zach, I mean, even when you guys didn't get on the board early on, you still have Ty Madden on the mound. What kind of luxury is that for an offense to know that even when you let opportunities get away, that you've got an All-American keeping them at bay as well?
I mean, yeah, Ty's a great, not only a great pitcher, but just a great competitor. And whether it's an A day or a C day for Ty, you're going to get a solid outing, and it's a boost of confidence for your team rolling out there with your guy on the mound. And he does a great job just giving us the best chance to win every single time he walks out on the mound. And I credit his work and his work ethic and his mindset just to continue every single day and not be complacent. It's truly something special to watch.
Now you still have Pete and Kobe and other guys that can come in if things, if you lose tomorrow. But what kind of confidence does that give you? Because the pressure's all on the field now, not on you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we just got to stay level-headed, like I said. We can't get too high, can't get too low, just because this game is ebbs and flows. And if we can just kind of maintain a level head and just maintain confidence, I think that we're going to be great for the rest of the week.
John High, go ahead.
Zach, what do you guys take from these first two games heading into the championship round?
Yeah, I think that the message is just to stay focused and keep on doing your work. The works is what got us here. Just if we continue to do that and just focus every single day when we enter the building, we're just going to be great. And just maintaining that and just trying to be the best.
Is that hard to do in an environment that most of you guys have never been in?
I mean, I think now that we've got 2 games under our belt with great crowds, I think that some of the guys all the guys are ready to play. I think that we're just got to stay focused, get ready for tomorrow.
Got time for a couple last ones for Zach, and then we'll have Ty Madden. Go ahead, Cole.
Hey, Zach, tonight was 19 games this season that you guys have scored double digits. When you have that confidence, what does that mean for you going into the final round to be able to put points on the board, even though it was a slow start, when you have runners in scoring position and driving them in?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that we're a dedicated offense and that we're dedicated to getting the job done, whether it's with a sack fly or a two-run homer. Just shows us that we can score in multiple ways and that we're a very diverse offense and that we can get down the sack bunt, move them over and drive them in. And then we can also do damage in the gap. So it's a fun offense to watch because it's just so lethal in so many ways.
And then having a young guy like Tanner be your, coming in and closing out the game, what does that mean just to have him be the next in line for his role moving forward?
I mean, yeah, he's been great all year. We trust Tanner. We trust everyone coming out of the pen. And, he's a confident kid, takes him out like he's been here for 5 years. And it's just it's definitely a blessing to have out of the pen for sure with him and all the guys that come out of the pen for sure.
Last one, Danny, go ahead.
Zach, has your family or friends or anyone ever thought that this crowd was booing you with the Zoob chant?
No, I've had some people on TV tell me or ask me if that are watching on TV if they're booing me, but no, I think they're starting to figure it out. But yeah, no, it's a pretty cool thing to listen to. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And this may be asking you to choose between your future kids, but the Indiana home runner tonight, is there a favorite between those two?
Oh geez. I think they both are up there. It's hard to say. I don't know, to be honest with you. Both were pretty pivotal to me and for the team. So I think I can't choose between those.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate the time. Congrats.
Here comes the man. The man.
Ty, just kind of overall reactions about getting your team one win, away from a super regional.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I mean, this team's got a lot of confidence right now, and we're playing well. And yeah, I mean, you got to feel good having Pete Hansen on the mound in a game to maybe do super regionals. So we're ready to roll.
And what was it like pitching out there with nearly 7,000 people in the crowd? I'm assuming this is probably the biggest crowd you've pitched. I guess the Arlington series, there's a lot of people in the stands, but probably one of the biggest home crowds you've pitched in front of.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty cool. I mean, got to take my time and take a couple deep breaths, but other than that, it's just going back to what we work on doing. And yeah, it was definitely special though. It's something I'll remember forever.
Dustin, go ahead.
Ty, it looks like your stuff had a lot of life to it, a lot of bite. What was working for you? It seemed like you were really finishing your pitches well, kind of getting that angle to your fastball and getting that slider to kind of fall off there late in the batter's box.
Yeah, I mean, everything felt good. More walks than I'd like, but wasn't missing by much, just some small changes. But I thought slider had really good depth tonight, and fastball had some good down angle, and I threw some good elevated ones as well. But I got it on my legs in a little bit, but other than that, it felt good. And with that crowd, it's easy to have a little bit of adrenaline and have your stuff feel good.
And what allowed you to kind of navigate that trouble there in the fifth inning? And they kind of got a barrel to a couple of balls, but it seemed like you made an adjustment and just were really sharp to finish the outing.
Yeah, I just had to get ahead. I mean, all the hits they had were, even I wasn't missing by much, I was still falling behind 2-0, 2-1. And no matter how good my stuff is, it's definitely helps when they're in hitters counts. And so just had to kind of slow it down and just keep working ahead and not trying to be too fine early in counts and yeah, just getting ahead. And once I did that, and they kind of cheap fastball. I think teams have done that all year off of me. And once I kind of got back under control and they had to respect all my pitches, it definitely helps.
Cole, go ahead.
Hey, Ty, had 19 games now where the team has scored at least 10 runs or more. When you have that on the mound, does that just give you a backing support, knowing that your offense is going to have your back like you have their back?
Yeah, it's nice. I don't think anybody's going to say it's not. Just being able to relax and really focus on my pitches. And this offense is rolling right now, and it's been nice.
And then for you to come in and start the game off really strong, and then for Tanner to come in and close it out the way he did as a young guy, what does that say about your bullpen, especially going into tomorrow's final matchup for you to get to the Super Regionals?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've burned 3 people. 2 of them are starters. That's pretty impressive through 2 games. Our bullpen's unreal, and Tanner's really figuring things out, and the kid's going to be special. I mean, he's special right now, but kid's going to be really good.
Good time for the 3 last ones in queue. Cedric, go ahead.
Yeah, Ty, we see on TV you're laughing with Tristan and Pete over in the dugout. You guys are really loose. You're warming up while between innings in the dugout with the catcher. How loose is this locker room right now? Because when things start to go like they've been going for you guys, doesn't it kind of settle things down for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great group of guys. I mean, I'm sure everyone's said that all year and sound redundant, but just love this team. And I will have to give props to Coach Allen. Is not a catcher in the dugouts or the locker room. It's Coach Allen squatting and catching me. So props to him for doing that.
John High, go ahead.
Ty, what was said after the game, and what's the mindset going into tomorrow?
Same thing the first 2 days, just one game at a time and one pitch at a time, not try to look too far ahead. And we got to take care of business here before we look past that. So just keep doing what we've done all year and handle business.
Last one for Ty. Jeff Howe, go ahead.
Hey, Ty, all year, Coach Pierce, Coach Allen, they've talked about just your level of preparedness and how hard and how well you prepared. Does that change at all, like whether you're coming off of a win or kind of those couple rough outings against West Virginia? Does your preparedness change at all, and did it change at all going into the start?
No, I mean, I stick to my routine, and I definitely had things to work on. I still got things to work on, so just kind of viewing those last couple outings and just sticking to what I do. And I wouldn't say it's changed a whole lot. It's pretty similar from the start of the year, maybe kind of back off a tad bit now that innings are kind of creeping up. But I think this week I had like 9 days in between starts, so I could get after a little more in the weight room and my throwing and bullpen and stuff like that to try to simulate game speed. But I'd say overall it stays the same day to day, week to week.
And then I know Danny asked you about this a little bit ago, but just the crowd involvement. I mean, it's been a while since you pitched in front of a crowd like this. Just, I mean, how do you have to change your approach or whatever, when you're in a 2-strike count and everybody's on their feet and you haven't had that in a while?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's great, but I really can't hear that much of it, whether it's 1 strike or 2 strikes or what the count is. When I step on that dirt, I kind of block out the ears, but yeah, I mean, it just gives us more of an advantage than anything, because especially with a young team like that, they haven't been in many situations like that. And so I think they can start to press, and it allows us to opens up for more room for error, I guess you could say.
Thanks, Ty. Appreciate it. Congrats.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Ty did a nice job of just grinding through some tough innings. He wasn't his sharpest, but he needed pitches and made excellent pitches. And he just, he goes out there and competes and just gives you every opportunity to be in position to win. Felt like we left some runs out on the field in the first couple of innings, but like we've said all year, we're still young, we're not perfect, but we never give up, we keep playing. So that's what we did. We got to clean up a couple of things, but just a great night. That's a pivotal game in the regional, is a 2-0, and or that game to go to 2-0. So now we don't take anything for granted, but at the same time, it's a lot more comforting knowing that we get a little rest and get ready to go with Pete tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, go ahead and put your raised hand functions up, and we'll roll through some questions. Danny, start us off.
David, in the 7th, after Tanner went out there and hit the batter and gave the home run, what was kind of the thought process, letting him kind of work through that and, not panicking and having a quick pull? And, did you say anything to him when he came back in the dugout after that 7th inning?
Well, I think it also started a little sooner than that because we had a 5-1 lead and then we put up a 3 spot. And you're like always playing with the odds and the percentages of, do we want to go to someone else in this situation? But, you just don't take postseason baseball for granted. And he's hot, ready to go, mentally ready to go. And just, he's a freshman. It's the first time he's been in that environment. I didn't say a word to him. Sean went out, just slowed him down a little bit. And he regained his form and did a nice job of finishing.
And did you need to say anything to your guys before they came out about, not getting too hyped up with this crowd, or did you think they could kind of take care of it themselves?
I mean, you kind of get to this point and too much talking is probably the wrong thing to do. So I wanted to have a team meeting and then we got delayed on our schedule, and talking to Tulo and said, what do you think? And talking to Coach Miller. And, we just decided at that point, there's not a whole lot left to say, the hay's in the barn, let him go play.
Cole Thompson, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. You kind of mentioned it at the beginning how it was a slow start, but once Zach got that home run and the walks kept coming in, then it was 5. Somewhere nowhere it was 5-0. It became 19th game of the season where you have double-digit wins. Was that the turning point to you? Was after that home run, or do you think that having those walks to begin in the 3rd inning really kind of helped spark the offensive approach?
I think the walks, because it kind of got our monkey off our back when we just didn't score 1st and 2nd with, runners in scoring position. We left guys on with our own 3rd run on 1st. Made a couple of base running mistakes, but at the same time, just continuing to not try to force it was a good sign. And, fortunately, he kind of lost it. And, going into this game, he's got a little bit of track record and he was all around the zone early. So we just kind of had to wait him out. He's got good stuff, a heavy sinker. I didn't think we had a lot of good swings on him early, but we were able to just put a little pressure on him and he felt it.
And then Ty's command tonight just seemed out of this world. Again, another great night pitching. Just what have you seen from him and Tristan in these past few days that really sets you up for the future?
Well, he'll probably tell you that it wasn't his best command, but he did a nice job of making pitches when he needed them. He pitched behind early in the game, but was able to settle in, have a quick inning. I can't recall the 4th, but those 2 kids, they just work so hard, and you never doubt that they're going to be prepared. They're going to be ready to go, whether they're perfect or they have a great game or not. You trust it, and that's the big key, is that you trust their prep, you trust their routines, and you give them the baseball and say, go do it. And kids play great behind them. Ty just kind of gutted through some stuff. Wasn't feeling great, but at the same time, he gave us 6 clean innings.
Justin, you're up.
David, how critical was that 5th inning for Ty and for the team? You gifted a 5-run lead there, and they kind of barrel him a little bit. He responds, but allows you to save a Quintanilla and Nixon and not have to use those guys.
Oh, no doubt. When you can go 2 on game 2 and only throw 2 arms, it's great. It kind of sets us up for tomorrow. But that, we can't get comfortable. We have to understand Pete's got to go out and pitch a great game. Cole's got to be ready if needed. Same with Nixon.
And also as well, you mentioned the base running things at 3rd. Was the read for Williams just a poor read that he didn't get a read on it through the infield? And what happened with Dylan on that throw down to 2nd base?
They handle the ball so well. And so the call with Cam was, we're not going on ball down. We're not going on contact. And when you're going on contact, they had a line drive, you're going to get doubled up because you're kind of anticipating. But I think it's an instinctive play that he just didn't make. Once the ball got past the mound and the fielder goes down, when McLean went down, you got to go. So you got to maintain your position, see the ball past the mound. Once you see that, if you got any kind of angle or a fielder goes down, it's just an instinct play, and he just kind of froze. I don't know what Dylan was doing. To be honest with you, we've got second and third, nobody out. And, we talk a lot about being aggressive versus reckless. And I thought he was a little reckless. He thought the ball was further away from Swift. But even you got to be 100% sure right there. And, he felt bad, but at the same time, it's a costly run and kind of kept the momentum in their favor there. But fortunately, we did a good job of just continuing to play.
Cedric, go ahead.
Yeah, you're dapper. What club are you hitting tonight? I might join you.
It's called Club 3313.
There you go. Sounds like the house. Sounds like the house. Hey, even when you guys,
You look like you're at the house, nice and comfortable in the recliner right
I'm
now.
in my fat man chair. There's college
Are you
softball in front of me. I'm gonna change the channel in a minute, but yeah, I'm comfortable, man. I'm comfortable.
I'm trying to get there.
Oh yeah, well we won't hold you for long. Hey, after those first couple of innings, you guys left those runners aboard. You still had Ty Madden at pitching, so the luxury of a Ty or Tristan, a Pete, that take a little bit of pressure off the offense, even though sometimes things don't go well early.
Hey, I think it probably just frustrates the pitching when we leave a couple of runs out there. But I think what you find out with this team is that if they can just kind of focus on their area and their job and stay locked in, we got a chance to have success. I thought one of the most unselfish plays of the night was in the ninth inning. We have a 5-run lead, and Cam leads off the hit. Doug follows him with the hit, and I give Trey the drag. Again, postseason baseball, it's a 5-run lead, and they can swing the bat, and they've done a good job of coming back late in games. And so for him to just be unselfish and advance runners right there meant a lot to me, and says a lot about how he plays the game. He plays the game for his team. He plays the game to win, and I really appreciate that. But throughout a course of a season, you can easily get frustrated at times when it deals with not only yourself but other areas. But the one thing about this group is that they kind of kept their head down and paid attention to their jobs, and paid off.
Got one last one. John High, go ahead.
Coach, earlier you mentioned not taking anything for granted, especially in the postseason. How have you ingrained that in a group of guys that haven't played in the postseason? And what's the mindset you want them going into this game tomorrow?
It's not business as usual. We're kidding ourselves if we said that. So come in the morning, or not in the morning, we play late, but come in early, get their work in, be around the clubhouse. Don't change the routines. Just continue to do those things. Get with their hitting and pitching coaches, look at their film, study the other team, gather the information, and go play. And if you make a mistake, let's make it at 100% hustling and kind of stay with that mentality versus being passive. I mean, we can deal with some mistakes. We can't deal with guys being passive. And so I think that's the key. It's just continue to do that. We do a review, and we'll talk to individuals and even in the team about certain things that pop up, good and bad. And again, it's another day to learn. It sounds like we just keep saying that, but can we get better tomorrow from today? And that's the goal.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Coach. Thanks, Coach.